Tune in to Realms of Peril and Glory after these short messages.
We'd like to thank our patrons, Caroline Minks, Noah, and Tony, for their support in making this series possible. If you'd like to join them and get exclusive Patreon shows, ad-free listening, and even more, then head on over to patreon.com/lightandtragic. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Realms of Peril and Glory. My name is Zachary Fortais-Gomm, and I will be your game master for this episode. We are here today with the fantastic Pip Gladwin.
Oh, hi. I will be playing Torbrennan, who is a dwarf and a paladin.
The wonderful Laura Gerling.
Hello, I'll be playing level 3 High Elf Bard Maerydyth Wimber.
The inimitable Maddy Searle.
Hello, I am playing Isadora Ravenwood, the half-dark elf necromancer, who is now also level 3.
And of course, the unbelievable Liz Campbell.
Hello, I'm Liz. I will be playing Zongroff Gralshak, member of the Harbor Guard, and Orc Rogue.
And now playing literally everyone else, it's James Barbarossa!
Hi, I'm James Barbarossa, and I play literally everyone else. These guys are the best. Now come to me for the rest. That's my catchphrase.
I love it. So today we are going to be playing a game called 13th Age. You know this by now. It's a D20 fantasy TTRPG, and it's designed by Rob Heinsu, who is the lead designer on D&D 4th edition, and of course, Jonathan Tweet, designer on D&D 3rd edition. The game is published by Pelgrane Press, and if you want to check it out, there will be a link in the podcast description. We left you off after Tavin had been defeated handily by you all. He attempted to kidnap Maerydyth, but you were absolutely having none of it. Despite needing to fight a mind-controlled Captain Trackrem and Zongroff's sibling Zektog, you were able to fend them off. And just in the nick of time, the Harbor Guard arrived on the scene, and Caster Guards detained Tavin and carted him away. Not before Torbrennan was able to give him an old backhand, of course. You also discovered his notebook, which was written in some strange symbols. Of the plain common words you saw in the notebook, you saw some of the names of the missing people from around the city, as well as another name. Repeated several times over was the name Felicity, a name shared by Isadora's estranged mother. So we're going to pass a little bit of time right now. We are going to go over to the next morning. So I asked everyone in advance what you guys wanted to do, and please stop me if there's anything else you think of in the meantime or that I've forgotten. But this is what I believe happens. Or do feel free to stop me if you want to make a scene of any of this.
I will always make a scene, Zach.
Yeah. As the night carried on, Torbrennan attempted to get everyone to join in on a round of drinks to celebrate another sterling victory. Zongroff, you spoke to your sibling and asked them what they were doing hanging around someone like Tavin. Zektog let you know that they only met him a few days ago, and they think that they were enchanted this morning. They're not sure why it was. Maerydyth, you informed Isadora that while she loved staying with her and Emily, she was going to take Lorenzo up in his offer and stay in the room above the cafe. All of you go to bed getting some much needed rest after the perilous fight. You may all take a long rest and heal up completely. That was a very challenging fight, and I feel as though you deserve your full hit points back for absolute certainty. And of course, guards are healing you up around there, so no need to worry. Isadora, as you sleep, you find yourself stirring repeatedly. You are truly struggling to rest, but you do manage to fall asleep finally and are thrust into a dream. You are surging through the corridors of Athril, almost as if you are flying. You descend deeper and deeper into the caverns beneath the city. You feel a rush of emotions hit you at once. You feel as though you are hurtling towards something. You feel an overwhelming feeling that whatever lies deep within this cavernous school holds answers. You come to a door, the most unassuming and innocuous door you have ever seen. The moment you see this door, you know that this is the place. Beyond this door, you will find the answers to every question you have ever asked. You wake up, Isadora. You see Emily has already gotten up and left for the morning, and you have slept in. Oh, you are running late for your very first class of the day with Professor Leonore.
I'd like to run around like a headless chicken, getting all my stuff, ramming into a bag, papers crumpled and pens flying all over the place. Just like, sorry, Emily, what am I doing? Oh, fucking hell, what's happening? I need to go.
You grab all your stuff and you start to dash through the corridors of Athril. Please, could you make me a dexterity saving throw?
All right.
Not a check, a saving throw.
That's a nat 20.
Hi!
Yay!
Yeah.
Always on the less useful things.
Fantastic. You narrowly avoid tripping, and you think you were going to fall flat on your face and spill your papers everywhere, but you do run headlong into a large orc. Professor Irag is directly in front of you.
Oh, Isadora, are you okay? You seem to be rushing around so much.
Yes,
these
I'm
days.
sorry. I'm so sorry. I had a bad dream. I slept in. I'm late for class. Got a very important question to ask Professor Leonore, so I'm kind of nervous. Is everything okay with you?
Yes, of course. Everything is as best as they can be. You know, things are still a little down back at the Church of Rose.
Course, yeah.
But you know, apart from that, I personally am keeping well. How are you doing? You were troubled last time we spoke.
Yes. I think I mentioned having visions and dreams and such, and
You did.
yeah, it turns out other people have been having these visions as well.
Other people.
Yes.
How many people are we talking about here?
So,
Are they losing sleep like you as well?
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure. I don't want to stress you out too much or involve you in something that is dangerous.
Oh, no,
or...
you would never stress me out. I'm here to make sure you are okay. You know, as a teacher and I hope as a friend.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. So, I'm hoping to ask Professor Leonore if I can get access to the Ways of Valor. Because according to my research, that could help get some answers about the kind of visions we've been having. And I think it's very important because I think the city's in danger.
Well, these are all big dreams you've been having, and you are certain that it is not all just in your mind?
I think because I've been having the same visions as other people, and because it's very unlikely that that a spell could cause simultaneous visions, I'm pretty sure that it's real.
Yes, that is certainly a troubling symptom, though. You know, the people, they do not look so kindly on visions around here.
Yeah.
You know, but don't worry, I won't start any business with you. You know, if you're after stuff from the library here, you know, you're always welcome at the Church of Rose library. Maybe there's stuff there that is not in the books here.
Yes, absolutely. I'm definitely planning on hitting up the Church of Rose library at some point.
Marvelous.
I think that could also be very useful.
Plus, you know, also, call me selfish. It would be nice to see you sometimes, you know? Make sure you are well, you know? We're a community here at the church.
Thank you. Yeah, I kind of feel a bit nervous around folks there because they seem to like look up to me, and that's not really something I feel very comfortable with.
No, I suppose there's a lot on your shoulders. I wouldn't want you to feel uncomfortable, but just if you do feel like swinging by, we are always here for you.
Thank you. That's really nice to know. If there's anything I can...
Now, get along or you will be late for class.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay?
Oh, my goodness. Oh, I'm so late. I'm sorry. See you later. Bye.
You carry on and make it to Leonore's classroom a full 20 minutes late for the lesson.
Oh, dear.
You peer through the window and you can see that Leonore is currently mid-flow on her lecture. Would you like to enter?
Yes, I would like to stealth in if I can.
I anticipated this. Can you please roll me a dex check I'm going to say disadvantage
Yeah.
because, like, you're going into a classroom.
Yep, very fair. Where am I? That's a natural 4, and my so that's an 8 total.
Oh, everyone's gonna look at you.
Okay.
Everyone.
I'm sorry. I didn't think it was being an 8 total. As you open the door, you see the entire classroom turns to look at who's coming through the door, and you feel your cheeks just burning as their gazes settle on you. Leonore stops mid-sentence and looks directly at you very sharply.
Ah, Isadora, very good of you to join us. I'm glad that you at least respect my time enough to show up at all.
I'm so sorry. I have no excuse. I'll just sit down and let you get on. I'm really, 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 really sorry.
Yes, I think that would probably be best.
Okay. Sorry.
So you quickly hurry to the only spare seat, which is thankfully at the far back corner of the class. Leonore quickly resumes her lecture, paying no attention to the distraction. She is speaking about the use of divine magic and how it connects to all forms of magic on Vael.
Some wizards theorize that all magic is innately connected to the gods. The energy that flows from them to create is able to be utilized and channeled by casters to their own ends. Nevertheless, we are certain that the divinity and magic are, for better or worse, innately linked, whether the caster is a devout worshipper or not.
The lecture carries on for another 20 minutes until the bell rings, letting you out into a break. The other students begin to file out of the classroom, and Leonore turns her attention on you.
Up late again, I see, Miss Ravenwood.
Yes, I'm sorry again. I've had a lot of research to do on personal projects, and yes, I've not been sleeping well. It's a bit of a weird time.
Well, I was actually talking about this article in the paper.
She waves a copy of the Harbor Tribune that lays on her desk at you. You can see on the front page is a photo of you outside of Cafe Pirelli last night, and the headline reads, Necromancer Brawl, in big block letters.
Oh.
But it's nice to know that you at least respect me enough to attempt to lie to me, though it does often baffle me why you even bother showing up to my classes at all.
Well, the situation was rather complicated. One of my friends was being enchanted by someone trying to kidnap her, and I was with a member of the Harbor Guard at the time who helped us get her back safely. And
yes, it's always complicated with you, isn't it, Isadora? Look, I don't wish to put any undue pressure on you than what you already have. That being said, the reputation of the school is rather on the line, and it takes my time to try to teach these students. You understand that, right?
Of course. Absolutely.
And on top of this, I hear you have requested access to a book from the restricted vault of the library.
Yes. One of my friends is a member of the Blades of Valorous, and it's a very, very important religious text for them. And I really want to help him find out more about his group and its origins. So, if that would be possible, I understand I've not endeared myself to you at all, but it is very, very important.
Yes, well, it always comes down to that, doesn't it, Miss Ravenwood? Of course, you will understand that I have to obviously decline your request. The Ways of Valor were locked away on my orders. After I discovered it around the library many years ago, it holds a number of theories and beliefs about the gods that are simply blasphemous and dangerous. They have no place in this school, and I cannot be granting you access to the vault.
Oh, I see. Is there any way I can find out more about this without exposing any blasphemous secrets? Is there anything you can tell me about it that might be helpful?
Miss Ravenwood, we're not simply talking about religious sensitivity here. As I tried to explain in the middle of my lesson, not that you came in at an inopportune time, the work of the gods is tied to magic itself. The reality of the world around us is deeply involved in this sort of information. I simply cannot be allowing anyone to have access to this. As if I could destroy it without getting rid of a cultural artifact, I would have done.
But surely freedom of speech and understanding opposite points of view, you can better understand how to combat them.
Freedom of speech, but not freedom from consequences, as I'm sure you understand.
All right. Yes. I'm sorry to have wasted your time. I'll make sure to get notes for the earlier part of the class from one of my classmates.
That's all right. If you need to do that for any of my previous classes you missed, or indeed any of my future classes that you will inevitably not show up to, feel free to do that as well. Saves me a lot of time.
Of course. And Isadora just has nothing else to say, just sort of very slowly and sadly walks out of the classroom with her head hanging.
Oh.
Look, Zach told me to play a game, so I played
I
a game,
did
all right?
say, don't be kind or understanding to her. That was the first line of the instructions to James.
Should have thrown a skeleton at her.
Yeah, solves everything.
Maddie, can you do me a favor? Can you roll me an intelligence check?
All right.
But I do feel bad about
That's
it.
it's all good. It's the drama. It's the drama, darling. I live for the drama.
darling.
Ooh, nat 18 with +6.
You have heard about this vault under Athril. You know that it is pretty much locked off to anyone but professors. As far as you know, it is shrouded in mystery. As far as you can tell, it's not like a crack-it vault like that can be picked or anything. It is a magical vault. You think that that's what you saw in your dream. You also think your professor, Gak Urog, might be willing to help you.
I will, at the earliest opportunity, go and find Professor Urog again.
Fantastic. I will say, your next best place to look will be in the library at the Church of Ross. I think she mentioned where she was headed.
Cool.
For now, we're going to cut away to Zongroff. Zongroff, you woke up this morning feeling truly the most refreshed you have in the longest time. You did your job. You caught the bad guy. What's going through Zongroff's mind after last night?
It was a big night. Yeah, I mean, I feel like some progress has been made, but there's also still, again, many more mysteries that have just been dropped onto my plate. Yeah, I think Zongroff made a real effort to make sure that Zaktog either got home all right or, I don't know, stayed at her place just to make sure that they're
yeah,
okay.
I think Zaktog lives close enough to where Cafe Pirelli was. You would have been able to walk them home.
Yeah, there's a lot of fussing over them, I think. You know, Zaktog's the baby of the family. But yeah, I do think Zongroff feels a bit invigorated. You know, wake up in the morning, let's go solve many mysteries.
Okay, well, as you wake up, your speaking stone begins to ring, and you see your mother's name.
Oh, I immediately feel worse. Right, yeah. I was supposed to RSVP. Okay, I'll answer it. Hi, Mum.
Well, yes, hi to you as well. I'm glad to know you're not completely avoiding me.
No, I've been very busy. I'm sorry. Hello, how are you?
Oh, yes, too busy to answer a call for your own mother, then.
I'm answering your call now. You call me in the mornings before work. It's a good time. This is a good time. This is a very good time for a phone call.
You haven't RSVP'd for dinner yet.
Yeah. I mean, I'm right in the middle of a really big case. I don't know.
Oh, yes, no, much too important for your own mother, I suppose. No, well, then maybe I shan't bother inviting you next time if it's inconvenient.
Oh, okay. I'll look. I will try my best to make it. I know. Obviously, we're gonna celebrate Vilsgrad again. You know, fingers crossed. I'm sure she'll get it. Yeah,
well, it's important.
Yeah,
Not everything is about you, Zongroff. So the other members of this family also want some attention and support. Do you understand that?
I'm very aware it's not all about me. I will come for dinner. Yeah.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. I'm sure your own family is fairly low on your list of priorities. You've made that rather clear to me. But as long as you're willing to show up, I'm sure the others will be very happy to have you there.
Okay. Looking forward to it.
As you're on the phone to your mother, there's a knock at the door.
Sorry.
Is that someone at the door?
Yeah. I'll look. I will.
Who is that? Do you have?
I don't know. I have not opened the door yet, Mum.
Is it a gentleman caller or a
It is
gentleman
very
caller?
early in the morning, but we shall see. Look, I will.
Hopefully a caller
I
of
will
some kind, I
come
hope.
to dinner and tell you all about the door. All right?
Well, feel free to bring them along.
Okay, I'll let you know and RSVP with any dietary restrictions, as the invite said. I do read your mail
Excellent. I'm glad that somebody does.
every time I read them. Yeah. All right. Okay. Yes. Bye, Mum. Bye.
Bye-bye. Goodbye.
Just hang up the speaking stone and open the door.
Sorry. That was really funny. All right, bye, Mom. You go to open the door and you see the cheery face of Torbrennan, who waves at you and has clearly been up much earlier than you were today.
Good morning.
Hi, Torbrennan.
I have passed by Cafe Pirelli, and I have fetched for you a coffee.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
I hand you a
I'll
coffee.
happily take it.
I asked Lorenzo your preference, and he said this would go over well. So
I'm going to assume that this is not my usual order. It is just the most expensive coffee.
Can you roll me a luck check?
It's a Winville whip.
It's a windmill whip.
What do you want me to roll, Zach?
Just a flat D20
Absolutely
for
a
me.
windmill whip.
Oh, okay, boom. It's a 7.
It is not a Winveer whip. If it had been
Gotcha.
below 5, I would have made you have a Winveer whip. What you have is a latte.
It's fine. Thank you, Torbrennan. That's very nice. You look really chipper this morning.
Well, resounding victory last night, I think. Perhaps not the case-ending battle with our shadowy nemesis that perhaps we could hope for, but steps along the way, and I think it's time for some affirmative action, don't you?
Yeah, well, we got that stupid elf kid arrested. He was a dick, so
Oh my, yes.
that's,
I think that was going to end in a fight, even if he didn't try to abduct Maerydyth.
Yeah, well, I assume he's being held. He should be up for questioning today.
Oh, okay. Can I come?
Torbrennan, it's very hard to stop you.
It is. So, I was thinking we might, hit the bricks and, perhaps go and see the Rapscallions.
Right. That's, yeah. Oh, I didn't.
Well, they invited us and, come here at this time and blah. I don't, they're not the boss of us. I think we go and see them.
Now, as far as I remember, Zongroff has not been told about
Zongroff is not. I don't think you. Yeah, when did you tell Zong? You saw Joey leave. I don't know if necessarily the information.
And then pretty much immediately we had Tavin did his nonsense. I'm sorry, what?
Oh, yes, quite forgot in the melee last night. The little fellow. Well, that's offensive. Joey, your arch nemesis. Deadly, lethal nemesis of yours. He popped by during open mic night last night.
Yeah.
And he seemed rather anxious. But yes, apparently we've been summoned.
Right. So
We've been summoned to see them this evening, I believe, as I recall. Well, as I've said, they're not the boss of us. We don't work on their time; they work on ours. And I say we go and see them right now.
right, Zach. Just on timings. When is dinner with my family? Just
Today's the 18th. Dinner's on the 20th.
okay. Dinner is presumably on election day as well, because we.
Election day is tomorrow.
Okay, cool. Just getting it in my brain. Right. So the Rapscallions. Yeah. I suppose so.
As much as their, if any trouble were to break out, their assistance would be invaluable. I'd rather not bring our two young friends in on this.
No, you said Joey passed this message along?
Yes, he seemed very keen not to bump into you at all. Yes, rather nervous, but then,
Yeah.
I feel like that's perhaps his, default setting.
I think Zongroff looks genuinely disappointed that Joey has gotten involved to this level. Joey. No, you're right, Torbrennan. Let's, suppose we should get this over with.
Excellent.
Get my boots.
So you guys get your stuff together and you guys are heading out the door. And as you begin to travel, could you guys please roll me a quick perception check?
It's nat 20.
Oh, a natural 19.
Oh,
Starting strong, kids.
For 2022.
great. So you guys are walking along away from Zongroff's house in the Ivy Lanes, and you guys immediately clock just Isadora everywhere. You realize, with a great tang in your stomach, that Isadora's face is pasted across the latest issue of the Harbor Tribune.
Oh.
It is being carried by every other person you pass by, and the headline is splashed across posters. It reads, Necromancer Brawl! And there's a paper boy just selling them. It's like,
Extra, read all about it. I'm a paper boy.
Does he have a hat?
I'm selling papers. I got a hat. It's all standard stuff.
I assume the word tidal wave of blood is somewhere in the subheading for this.
that is the that's the subtitle. It's Necromancer Brawl, tidal wave of blood.
Local necromancer villain causes tidal wave of blood. Read all about it. Totally appropriate for my age. I'm 8.
Excuse me, filthy 8-year-old. I would like to purchase one of your papers.
All right. Yeah, that'll be 1 silver, mate.
I'll give him a silver.
Oh, and if you could give me just little bits of anything that you're not reading in there, any of the pages you're not using, I like to roll them up into balls and shove them in my shoes because they're me dad's and they're too big.
We're suddenly in a Dickens novel.
I make a mental note to buy this child some shoes.
Another fabulous improv creation by James Barbarossa.
I saw Paperboy, 1 line. Yeah, that'll be 1 silver. And I thought, absolutely not, mate.
That's 1 line.
I guess, yeah.
And it's literally just, if they want to buy a paper.
And we did, so there you go.
We did. Well done.
Yeah, cheers, boss.
I'll be back with those shoes later.
You got it, mate. It's cold out here on the streets.
Anyways, Pip, what'd you like to do with this paper?
Yes, I will. Once the giggles have fully left, open the paper and go to the relevant page.
So yeah, you spot the article, Necromancer Brawl, tidal wave of blood, big photo of Isadora on the cover, looking very menacing from last night. And you realize as you read the article that not only does it outline the events of last night and describe as described by eyewitnesses, it also features a huge photo of yourself and Zongroff. And Zongroff's face is making this weird expression, like she's currently midway through saying a word, like a, like it's just caught her at a really bad moment.
But sorry, most relevant thing. How good do I look?
You look amazing.
Cool.
You look amazing. Like straight up, you could not look more heroic.
Like full action shot, sword out, hair
full
flowing.
action
Yep.
shot. You look amazing. Zongroff's like
He's wearing a billowing shirt as well, so.
Yeah.
There is a tiny part in Torbrennan's subconscious that like sees this and kind of nods and is like, yeah, that's what you
This
get
is
for
just-
stealing my kill.
I think immediately at this point, as Torbrennan's standing there with the newspaper open, Zongroff just leans over him to start reading it as well.
So you notice that underneath the photo of both of you, it says, is Officer Zongroff covering up disappearances in the city? Sources say multiple people have gone missing with no leads to speak of. Is this incompetence or just police negligence. It goes on to quote Gustav Prima, who is the very sad Tortaire man, saying, "We just want to find Kinrith. She's missed so dearly." Underneath, you see a photo of the Tortaire gentleman looking misty-eyed outside the Church of Ross. So,
Who is this article by?
you see the byline is Oksana Lucia. Before you can do anything else, your speaking stone buzzes again, expecting to see your mother's name. You look at it, actually, Pine Silver.
Even better.
I'm having a great morning, mate.
I'm going to take Zongroff's speaking stone and just hit it over and over again with my sword.
That's work. That's actually work, Colin.
You can do that.
Is it work, or is it just a desperate cry for help?
I will answer the speaking stone.
So, Pine Silver comes up
Zongroff,
on the stone.
It's me.
Hi,
It's me.
Pine.
Pine, yeah. From last
Yep,
night.
no. Yep.
Yes,
We've
it's me.
known each other for some time.
No, I know.
Yes.
Just, it's just often you don't, you ignore my calls half the time, so I didn't know, I didn't want you to get confused. I didn't know if you had my number in your phone or whatever.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes I think it's broken. My mom was complaining this morning. Sometimes the calls don't go through. I'll get that looked at.
Oh, you got a call from your mum?
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice. I like that. I wish, it doesn't matter. Forget about it. Just gonna say I wish my mum called ever. But that's fine. No, look, I was just really happy that we got to, get some action last night,
Yeah. I don't suppose anyone at the station has mentioned the news today.
Oh yeah, it's all over the place. Yeah. No. The story done up by Oksana Lucia says you've been working with this necromancer to combat some disappearances in the city. Yeah. Big picture of that Isadora on the cover. And a real flash title.
Yeah.
Yeah, all over the place. Love it. Yeah, no. Oh, it's great. Yeah, Venable's pissed. Yeah, he's having a rager. He's losing it.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, and look, I'm in the background.
Oh.
Look at the picture. I'm in the background. You and me. Look, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Look, I should be professional. It's just I'm just. Oh, I'm excited. I'm really into it.
You know what?
Pine gets one win and he goes nuts.
Pine, I am really happy that you are happy about this.
Yeah, you and me. I was hoping we'd be partners one day.
Yeah, one day. Let's see if I can keep my job. Okay.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that elvish kid, Tarvin, that we picked up.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out he's actually a citizen of the Elven Dominion. They're sending a representative to deal with the situation. Got a name through. It's a Darren Winveer lawyer.
Right. Okay, well, look, I'm gonna get there as soon as I can.
Oh, yeah, you should. Venable really wants to talk to you. Yeah, you should probably get here, immediately. Honestly, if you were here, earlier today, that would have mitigated some of the
I would
damage.
just like to say that this is not the amount of pressure that I intended for him to put on you. But go with it.
Okay, look, just don't
Too late now.
let the envoy take Tavin away. Just whatever, just make sure it stays in the cell. I will be there as soon as I can.
Oh, yeah, no, we'll do our best.
Okay, all right. Thanks for calling, Silver.
All right,
Yep.
Speak to you later. Answer my call.
Bye.
I know that was a huge amount of pressure that Pine just put on you, the character.
I've met Pine.
You may still go to the Rapscallions now if you would like to. I would like to be clear. I don't want to remove that agency from you. You absolutely can.
Sorry, you give me Pine Silver. I can't contain myself.
Sorry.
Are you
that
are you all right, Zongroff? That looked like a deeply irritating conversation.
Yeah. Well, my boss has seen the news.
I have a limited understanding of police work, as you know, but I assume that's not a good thing.
I am guessing it is not a good thing either. Interestingly, though, apparently that Tavin kid, he's from the Elven Dominion, and they're sending someone to get him, last name Winveer.
We know that it was Maerydyth's father who was trying to get her back, right? Or do we not know that?
I would imagine that she told you that.
Yeah.
He said.
Well, I just don't know that she necessarily would have done. But if she did, then she
do
did.
you think that that's the case, Laura?
Yeah, I mentioned it.
Cool.
Okay.
I wonder if this is the man himself.
Yeah, weird. I think I need to get to the station. I think I really need to get to Justice Hall.
Yes. All right. Shall we split up? You go interrogate the suspect before these higher ups can swoop in and ruin all the good work that we've done, and I'll just pop in on organized crime. How does that sound? He's just beaming at you.
I mean, I don't want to crush his dreams. The Rapscallions are. I know you can handle yourself, Torbrennan. You did a great job last night. I don't know if I mentioned that. The bringing Captain Trackram back up, that was really. You done a good job.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I don't want you barging in. The Rapscallions, they're serious. Look, if you want to go,
look at it this way, officer. If I go and I don't come back, you know what happened. Easy case, short case. Crack it in minutes.
Zongroff just wilts slightly. Yeah.
Hardly going to add, more than a day to your workload. I'm sure. All paperwork.
Look, I don't love the idea of you going on your own, but I think we got a lot of things to do right now. So
there's a lot of plates spinning, and I got the sense the first time I met your commander in chief there, Mr. Venable, that he didn't like me much, and perhaps you'll do better talking to him without me, doing my thing.
Look, I'm gonna contact Maerydyth as well. I think she ought to know if her father is coming.
Yes, absolutely, and I ought to check in with
yeah, just look at the front page. Yeah, we should probably check she's okay.
Well, I imagine it's only a matter of time before she sees all of this. And I assume she's at school, so I will head that way whenever school finishes. Never went to one myself. When does school finish?
It's university. It's kind of any time.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, neither my character nor me went to university, so I don't know anything about it. When does university finish, Zach?
Anywhere between 10 in the morning and 10
yeah, you can go in. You can start at 10, finish at 11. Bob's your uncle. You're done.
All right.
How about I'll message Isadora. Tell her that you're coming. She can meet up with you. How about that?
Grand. Where would I find the leader of these Rapscallions?
You do know that you were told to meet at Cleary's restaurant, and that I'm pretty sure you know from what you've done so far. Cleary's restaurant is kind of their base of operations.
Oh, okay,
their
great.
Family restaurant. So that would be the best port of call for you.
Well, I'll clear that with Zongroff, whether Zongroff thinks it's a good idea for me to. Well, I know Zongroff doesn't think it's a good idea for me to go there, but yeah, cool. All right. Well, best of luck in your endeavors, and
I'd say keep in touch, but you can't.
Maybe I should look into getting one of those stone things. Although, more often than not, you just seem more irritated after you've had a call on them. So I'm struggling to see the. Well, now I perhaps am starting to see the.
No, you're making valid points. Just take care of yourself, all right?
Always do.
All right.
So I'm going to cut over to. So just to be clear, you're headed over to Justice Hall, Zongroff. You're headed to Isadora first, the Rapscallions first.
Rapscallions first.
Rapscallions first. Okay, fantastic.
Sorry, Liz. I was picking up on a theme for this morning, which was that Zongroff was feeling good for a fraction of a second.
Yeah, and then just
that can't happen.
And then pressure builds comically from 18 different.
Yeah, I mean that's I think Zongroff's life. So, yep.
Okay, fantastic. Could you do me a favor? Could you message Isadora now, let her know that Torbrennan might be on the way, just so you can coordinate with each other?
Yeah, no, I'll send a message to Isadora telling her a time or place to meet Torbrennan?
What do you guys want to do?
I would suggest meeting at the Church of Roz a bit later. I think Isadora's planning on calling her dad before she goes. So basically, like, later that afternoon, they can meet at the Church of Roz to talk to Urog.
Can I say that also reassures Zongroff that, like, if Torbrennan does not turn up at the place in time,
You will
at
know.
least we know that he's been, swarmed by organized crime. Oh.
So we're going to cut over to Maerydyth. You've woken up all alone in the small room atop Cafe Pirelli. It's a nice little place, ripe for you to personalize with your own style. It's got blank walls, a small kitchen and bathroom separate from the single bedroom. Lorenzo very generously handed over the key to you yesterday and told you to stay as long as you like while you're getting back on your feet. I presume you are busy studying the scrawls within Tavin's notebook.
I am, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Have I heard from Zongroff yet?
Not
about...
yet. You have not
Oh, yeah.
yet heard from Zongroff.
Yeah, in that case, yeah, I'm busy looking at these scrolls that I got from Tavin's bag.
Fantastic. So you've so far identified 4 names. That's Kinrith Durai, Magdalena Lightfoot, and Chirag Ironbone. You know that these are the names of some of those who have vanished in the city. You also notice the same name written over and over again, that name being Felicity. You told Isadora and the rest of the party that name was in that book, as you said, and you know that to be the name of Isadora's estranged mother. Could you do me a favor? Could you roll me a intelligence check to see if we can decipher anything else about this book at this point?
Oh, 23.
So you have looked through this thing most of the morning and some of the night. You've only so far been able to uncover one other phrase that is in plain common.
Okay.
And that is the phrase birth certificate. But this is not any kind of code that you've ever seen before in this book. You think that the best port of call for understanding this is to speak with the person who created it. Unfortunately, though, Tavin is locked tight inside of Justice Hall. It's a bit annoying.
Typical Tavin.
He would do that.
He would. He absolutely
scumbag.
would.
He absolutely would be locked up.
Yeah.
When you had him arrested.
Yeah. Can I just check?
Yeah.
Are either of my dad's names in this book at all?
Roll me an intelligence check.
20.
No.
Ah.
You get a call on your speaking stone and you see Zongroff's name pop up.
Hello.
Hi, Maerydyth. How you doing today?
I'm fine. So I've just moved into my new place and I'm settling in really nicely. How are you doing?
Well, so some things have happened. You'll probably notice the news today. Seems they got wind of the little scuffle last night, and yeah, I think Torbrennan's gonna check on Isadora.
Sorry, was it Derek Winveer? Darren. Sorry.
Yeah, Derek. The elvish name of Derek.
No, you laugh, but we went through some excellent possible names.
Doug.
Darren Winveer. Is that...
Yeah, that's one of my dad's.
Right. Look, I've just been told that Darren Winveer is gonna come and is gonna be dealing with Tavin. Apparently there's an issue. He's a member of the Elven Dominion. I think there might be some kind of jurisdiction. I don't know, but this is your dad. I figured you ought to know, and anyway.
Yeah, no, thanks for letting me know. It's so annoying.
Yeah, I mean, you said last night that Tavin said he'd been sent by your fathers?
Yeah, I know. So, like, you'd think they'd just call or something to check in with me, but, like, no, send this scumbag from my old school to kidnap me instead. Like, fucking typical, am I right?
Yeah, no, that's real bad. If that's the case, your dad is... Look, you were almost kidnapped last night, and if it has something to do with your fathers,
Yeah.
this is... they're suspects too?
Yeah, so I've been looking through the scroll that I found in Tarvin's bag. And I mean, most of it's in a code that I can't quite seem to get my head around. But we've got the names of some of the missing people in here. He's got Magdalena Lightfoot, Persephone Williamson, and Turag Ironbone written down in here. Birth certificate. I know a load of those got stolen. But do I know that a load of those got stolen? I don't know.
No.
No. Cool. In that case.
No.
I don't know that a lot of those got
And the
stolen.
term birth certificate, I don't know if that links to anything you know or...
Birth certificate?
Roll me an intelligence check, Zongroff.
It's a natural one, Zach.
Yeah, you don't know. You don't know.
Cool. Solving those cases.
Also Felicity.
Look, Maerydyth, I don't want to get you entangled in this more than necessary, but I think it would be a good idea if you came down to Justice Hall. I'm heading there now, and look, we can't have Tavin being taken right now. We need to know what he knows, and if you come, you give a statement, and you say that you heard that your dads might be involved, it's going to make it a lot harder for them to be able to take him anywhere.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I know this is...
I mean, I was thinking I'd just go a little bit sneaky first and maybe try and call one of them and find out what's going on. But I mean, I guess if you think it's best if I come down to Justice Hall, then...
You can do both.
I'm going to do both.
What I will say is, as a sergeant of the Harbor Guard, I would say that it would probably not be smart to contact your fathers after what has happened. But, as your friend, I obviously don't know what I don't know. I'll meet you at Justice Hall.
Okay, see you at Justice Hall later. Bye!
Right, I'll hang up and head over.
Okay, so you're heading over to Justice Hall. Maerydyth, what are you getting up to now?
Oh, well, I'm a little bit torn right now, to be honest, now that I found out that Darren's going over to Justice Hall.
Darren is on his way to New Harbor. He's on his way from the Dominion to New Harbor, so he's not imminent. That's
So
what
he's not imminent.
You should all know that. He's not imminent.
Interesting. Okay. In that case... Oh, what am I going to do? See, this has thrown me. Originally, before I knew about Darren, I didn't know that they knew that Tarvin had been arrested. I'm going to see if I can do disguise self. In fact, no. First of all, I want to use... Is Lorenzo in the cafe?
Yeah. Lorenzo's in the cafe.
Okay, so I'm going to ask Lorenzo if I can use his phone.
Oh, you want to use... Always with the demands, you know.
So
I give you the
basically, I had a really
flat.
rough
You're
time
coming in
last
for the.
night. I think it would make me feel better if I made some like prank calls because that always cheers me up when I'm sad.
Honestly,
and I don't want to
not-
use my own phone, so.
No, get your own phone, Maerydyth. I'm not here to, you know.
But you're not even using it right now. You're making
Yeah,
coffee.
that doesn't mean I can let you make lots of calls on it. This stuff costs money. This isn't for free, and I'm not getting much profit out of you.
One prank call. Yeah?
No, I'm not giving you.
Go on.
I'm not giving you my. I'm not giving you my calling stone. All right, I'm not giving that to you. I gave you the flat. I'm not giving you my stone. You want to close off my back next? What do you want?
Yeah, I really appreciate the flat. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Look,
Fine.
I don't suppose you're working today, no?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. No. I would never ask you to come in to
I was
work.
nearly
I'm
kidnapped
just,
yesterday.
your boss.
Like, I was
Of
nearly
course.
kidnapped. It was a lot.
Yeah, all right. Easy. Like,
Yeah.
fine. This is a stressful time for you.
Yeah.
I understand that. I'm not in any universe giving you my fucking phone.
Okay.
But, like, you know,
Why? What are you hiding?
Easy with that, all right? I'm your boss. You can't, like, that kind of question's, like, illegal. Literally, that stuff. You can't, like, go asking questions about your boss's phone records, all right?
I'm just being friendly.
That's not friendly. What? Being friendly is
What are your
demanding
hobbies?
to know what I am
What are you
hiding.
hiding?
Yeah, standard stuff. Yeah, friend business. All right, look.
Yeah.
All right, what are you doing? What are you doing?
Okay, well, I guess I'll use my speaking stone, but can I do it in a way where my number won't be recognized?
Roll me an intelligence check.
Okay. 10.
The best thing you can think of is the block collar ID setting that, like, isn't probably going to do much, but that's the only thing you can think of.
You know what? We're going to do it. And I am going to disguise myself. No, wait. If Darren's still on his way, I could use disguise myself later to be Darren.
Sure. I mean, what do you want? What do you want?
I don't know. My plans
Tell
have
me
been
what you
completely...
want. Am I playing your dad?
No.
Am I playing
prepped you
Tarvin
playing the
and
dad.
You are your dad?
We prepped the dad. We prepped Tarvin.
Who am I? Who am I, Laura?
You're my dad.
Activate James.
You're
I'm your
Irving.
dad.
I'm going to be Darren.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Well, I just don't feel like a weird role play. Like, you're going to be Irving.
You're going to be
I'm gonna be
Irving. And
Love your dad's names.
Anyways.
no, Grace, my
So,
dad's.
roll me a charisma check with background to see how well you convince your dad that you're your other dad.
Okay. 19.
Okay, yeah, the phone starts to ring, and you hear on the other end, Irving picks up.
Hello?
Hi, honey, I'm just on my way over to sort out, this business.
Sorry, Darren, is that you?
Yes.
Oh, that's strange. I didn't get your number up.
I'm on a burner phone, got to keep things on the down low at the moment.
Oh, I see.
Yes,
right.
yeah.
Why are you doing... What?
I just
Why are you doing that?
wanted to run through the plan quickly with you before I make
Oh,
my way over.
excellent. No, yes,
yeah.
of course. I know you wanted to run through the plan, of course.
Yes.
I'll just need the, of course, you would give me the password.
I would
So
give
I
you
know
the
it's
password.
definitely all kosher on this end, yes?
Yes. Can I roll to see if I can think of a suitable password?
No. You
No.
can come up with a password.
I can come up with a password.
This is a romantic check from your dad's.
Yeah, I was going to say it.
It's me. Do I really need to come up with the password?
Darling.
I mean, it sounds like me.
Darling, this...
My own husband doesn't recognize me on the phone.
What are you talking about? We've had this discussion. This is about internal security. I thought we'd agreed on this. I didn't realize we were still at odds on this one.
I don't know why you need internal security from me. I thought you loved me.
Okay, this is... Who actually is this?
Okay, Dad, it's Maerydyth, and I'm...
I knew it. You would do this. This is exactly the sort of thing you do. You're what, trying to get information on the Dominion now?
Yeah, I want to know... I want to know what's going on, because basically...
It's not enough that you go swanning around chasing bands all day. You have to start getting in on my business as well now.
I wasn't chasing bands, I was being my own band. I was doing it for myself. And anyway, so I was just having a really good night last night. Okay, everything was going really well. And then Tarvin shows up, tries to kidnap me, and said that you guys had sent me. So what's up with that? You could have texted.
Maerydyth, I have no idea about this Tarvin character. All I know is...
I mean, you do, because I know Dad's on his way to bail him out or something now.
Your father and I, lest you forget, work with the Elven Dominion. I am a diplomat at the department. And if this is a matter of security, that there has been an agent of some stripe from some organization coming to the city and committing acts, then your father needs to be there to ensure the safety and security of the situation.
And your job sounds really dull, but you set him up to kidnap me in the first place.
It's not exactly making hallucinogenic coffees for random passers-by, but actually it does...
I mean, they're not
it does a little thing
hallucinogenic.
like-
Also, I'm really
Yeah.
happy that the Wimvir whips have spread. Are they in the Dominion now too?
Look, darling, could you just
No.
come home?
No.
Could you just come
No.
home? Look,
No.
I think we have a lot to talk about.
No.
And it would be important for me and
Can
your
you come and
father.
talk to me here? I think you should come and
Your
talk to me
father...
here.
Well, your father's already
I'm
on
always
his way.
open for a chat. I love a
Well, your
chit
father's
chat.
already on his way.
Okay.
Yes, I know you love to run your mouth around the place, but unfortunately people like me have secrets that we need to keep safe for the good of the nation.
What about the good of your daughter? I just want to know
the
why.
good of my daughter?
Yeah.
Oh, Gwendolyn's doing great. Thank you for asking. She's doing really well. If you're not going to come home, then I suppose you'll just have to speak to your father when he arrives.
I am going to speak to my father.
Yes,
Give him a piece of your mind.
Yes,
Piece of my mind, even. Shut up.
Well, don't you tell me to shut up. I'm your father.
Okay, sorry, Dad.
That's all right. I know you like to get these fanciful notions in your head, and it gets you all worked up. But look, if you just come home, we can patch things up, and it's okay.
I'm not going to come home.
Right.
I'm not going to come home. But I just.
Then it sounds like I'm wasting my time.
You wasted my time getting Tarvin to kidnap me.
You wasted my time by calling me with a blocked number. So if you don't mind, next time you plan on calling and taking up any more of my day, if you could let me know it's you.
You've got my number. You can call any time.
Well, then I don't think we have much to say to each other.
No, I don't think we do either. Bye. I'm hanging up. That man.
Right. Where are you headed over to now, Maerydyth? What are you up to?
I'm stomping over to Justice Hall
Fantastic. Okay.
with a triple shot coffee in my hand.
I'm sure you are. So we're going to cut over to Justice Hall. And as you walk through the doors of Justice Hall, the very first person that you see, Zongroff, is, of course, Pine Silver. Again!
Just everywhere.
It is almost like he doesn't leave this hall. He seems very excited to see you.
Grolschuck, Sergeant, it's me.
Yep.
Hey,
Hi,
you're here.
Pine.
Oh, I'm glad you actually came. Usually you don't, listen to me.
Yeah, I just need to make sure I'm not in trouble.
Oh, yeah, no, of course. I get that. There was a lot of action last night, and I'm I'm hyped on it. You know, we're really getting into the meat of things.
You were
and
a
me.
vital part, Pine.
Oh, you know, it really means kind of a lot to me to actually hear that right now. I had a rough morning with. It doesn't matter. Look, never mind. I've been looking into all of this orb business. You know, it's fascinating.
Right, the stuff that Tavin threw down?
Oh yeah, no. It looks like he managed to somehow capture the essence of a beast inside some sort of custom Vasa Magia. I've never seen anything like it.
Right.
Honestly, if he'd haven't chucked that thing down, I'd be surprised if it didn't break out itself. That sort of business. I mean, just makes me think about what sort of other monsters you could keep in glass orbs like this. Maybe you could make them fight.
Just gonna tune that one out. I mean, I suppose we need to question him, but he didn't seem like that sophisticated a magic user.
No, well, I mean, I don't know where he got it from, but there's a number of places in the city that might be of interest. We actually tracked down an orb shop over in the factory lanes that I reckon might be a good place to start. So why don't we team up and head down there, you and me?
Yes.
Yeah,
maybe.
great, awesome, excellent. Let's go. No, you and me, let's go. No time like the present.
I've actually got to speak to the chief first, and I am actually.
Oh yeah, Venimal. No, he's enraged. He's absolutely losing it.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna do some stuff that I've got. There's a young high elf who's coming by. If she turns up while I'm speaking to the chief, could you just tell her to wait here, and I'll be back. And
oh yeah, no, of course, I'll
yeah.
Anything for you, anything to help our mission go.
You are
as
a
smoothly as
vital
possible.
part of this, Pine.
Yeah, you let me know when you're ready for us to leave. I'm getting my stuff ready now, just to head out.
Why don't you give me the name of that factory, just so I have it, and then we can figure out the next step as we go.
Oh yeah, it's Tinker's Toil. There's I believe a dwarf-owned place.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go get shouted at for a bit. You keep up the good work,
mate. You're telling me I've been shouted at all day, and I've only just arrived at work, so it's like.
Right. Okay.
All right, you headed up to Venable,
and very wearily knock on the door.
So you pop upstairs to the door of Chief Venable's office, and you knock, and You hear him call for you to enter on the other side.
Yeah, no, come in.
And as you open the door, he looks very wary.
Hi, Chief.
Graushak, I'm glad you're here. I've been meaning to want to speak to you ever since the incident yesterday. I just wanted to let you know that I'm very proud of what you've done. You're a great asset to the Force. This whole thing, very expertly handled. Good job.
Zongroff just stands there, blinking, waiting for the other shoe to drop.
What I did need to know, this news story, a little bit worrying, right? And I assume you're as worried as me.
Yeah.
Excellent. So, what I basically need to know is this bloke we have in custody. You've been taking point on this. I would like to release that name and say that we have a suspect in custody. Do you think that will compromise?
Can I do an insight check on him?
Yeah, absolutely.
This is not the...
roll me a wisdom check.
It's a 14. Let me just...
You can tell he... Yeah, use it. What is it with the background?
I just want to know if he's like lying or tricking me or somebody else or anything.
No, he's not. He's actually genuinely very proud of you. You've caught someone. You've actually caught someone, which is the biggest development that has happened in this case so far.
Yeah. Okay, I assume just Pine Silver does not know what angry
put it in the right hands.
What you can intuit is he does seem like he was very angry today, but you have a feeling that anger was more directed at the fact that something somewhere along the chain has leaked out to the press. And that is bad. I think he would have guessed that because you were in that meeting in the first episode where you were so like, we really can't have this leaked to the press. He can pretty much assume that you're not the one who leaked it, but he's very angry that someone has leaked it. And what he's asking you here is, can he get on top of this story in the public relations sphere?
We have to get ahead of this, and I just need to know, is that going to compromise the case even remotely? Because that Harbour Tribune is doing damage.
Look, this Tavern kid, he there's a good chance he was sent after this young woman who was there last night, but we found he's had a notebook. It has the name of some of the people who've gone missing. Clearly he's involved with this on a larger level. And we need to talk to him. Silver said that there might be something with the Elven Dominion.
Silver said what? Silver's been... How much did he say?
He told me that there was some kind of envoy coming.
Yeah, some fella from the Dominion's coming over.
Right.
Hopefully it doesn't create too much of a problem, but I'm not thrilled about it, obviously. We need to basically get on top of this in the press. We need to get on top of this with our suspect, because if this guy shows up and just whisks him away, we are back at square one.
Chief, I think we should try and question this guy before we release his name.
Yeah, all right, good. That's probably it's a good shout, but I just, this stuff, it does damage to our reputation.
Do you think there's going to be a jurisdiction issue with the Elven Dominion? Do you think...
I think I'd be very surprised if there isn't a jurisdiction issue with the Dominion, frankly. They reckon they own everywhere, really. Their border doesn't end where we think their border ends in their own minds.
The reason I'm asking this question, Zach, just I want to know if legally we can question him, or whether we have to wait for the...
You can question him. He is a suspect in your custody right now. Legally, you are in the right to do everything that you normally would with a suspect. You can detain him, you can question him. However, what you may find is that Tavin may not be with you for long.
Right. Okay. All right. In which case, I'm going to do what I can to accelerate the talking to.
All right. Well, you get on that. I trust you, right?
Thank you, Chief.
You look shocked.
It was just a bit of a surprise to see the headlines.
Yeah, no, of course, it was a shock to all of us, and hence why I'm so invested in getting on top of this. But, I reckon you can take care of it. I put you on this mission for a reason.
All right, thank you, Chief.
Yeah, you got it.
We're going to cut over to Isadora. Isadora, you want to call your dad?
Yes, please.
your dad lives out in the sticks. He lives in a small village called Ravenwood, and you don't have cell towers and these wonderful speaking stones out there. You know, they exist in built-up cities like, you know, Imperium, New Harbor, you know, the Dominion's Rest. You know, these places where things are incredibly technologically savvy. That's why Torbrennan doesn't have a speaking stone on it. But before you left, you set him up with this, like, Jimmy-rigged, giant wall satellite phone. So, you may call him.
And just before we get into this, Maddy, I would like to personally apologize for
The accent that's about to come out.
I would just like to read to everyone the direction I've given James. So
Okay.
yeah.
you all
Please,
have context for this.
make sure that everybody knows.
The context
I'm
for
doing my best.
Athen Ravenwood is a deeper Scottish than Maddy. He's emigrated away from home. So that's where we're at.
And I think because he's not very technologically savvy, I do try and send him letters rather than calling him when I can. But if it's urgent, then I do have to call him, even though he doesn't really like it.
Yeah.
I myself am not entirely sure what's going to come out right now.
I'm excited to find out.
It's a
I
it's
can't
as much
wait.
a surprise.
Let's do
to me
this.
as it is to you.
Excellent. Hi, Dad.
Hi, Isadora. You right?
Yeah. It's all a bit high octane here at the moment, but everything's fine. No need to worry.
Older in the big city, eh? You're not getting into too much trouble, are you?
Well, not of. I'm sorry. I'm just. It's been a hard morning. I've been helping out some friends. One of them was almost kidnapped.
Wait, you got some friends over there?
Yeah, I do.
I'm so glad. I've been I've been worried about you. I just wanted to make sure you're alright.
Yeah. I've met some really, really great people. They're really, really nice.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's great. That's
Problem
perfect.
is, one of them, my new best friend, Maerydyth Windbeer, she was.
Oh, great. A best friend as
Yeah,
well?
best friends. So fun.
Oh, I never thought I'd see the day.
Well, she was. It was really quite stressful. She was almost kidnapped, and I had to help try and save her. But
Kidnapping? You're not in any trouble, are you?
I don't think I'm in trouble. It's just that the newspapers got the wrong end of the stick because I used a new spell that worked really well, but it looked scary.
Yeah.
So it.
No, I know. I know you end up in these kind of situations. I know they're not new to you.
I want to help people, and I have all these powers, and if I do nothing, then people are just going to keep getting hurt, but then I get myself into trouble, and I know. I'm trying really hard.
That's okay. No, look, you'll be alright. I know you'll be okay. You just keep your head above water. Doesn't matter what anyone says. You know, no daughter of mine is an evil witch summoning zombies and taking over the world.
Yeah.
Alright? That's not. I know
Thank
you're
you.
better than that. Doesn't matter what they think. I love you.
Yeah,
Alright?
I love you too, Dad. But actually, one of the reasons I was calling was my friend Maerydyth found this notebook on the guy who was trying to kidnap her, and it had Mum's name all over it. And
Right. Yeah.
I know we haven't really talked about it a lot, because I know it's probably painful. But is there anything I should know about how she, like, when she left and what that situation was? Because it might be relevant to this situation.
The last time. The last time I spoke to her was on your 5th birthday. I don't know if you remember that day.
Not really.
No, that's probably for the best. You know, because as much as I'd love to say it was a whole fight and a hullabaloo or, you know, long-term relationship issues that were coming to the fore, you know, when you were 2 or 3 was the first time she properly disappeared. I'm glad it's a blur, frankly. I mean, if I hadn't been blessed with you, I regretted the entire thing. Because she was up and gone. And back she comes on your 5th birthday, and I asked if she wanted to see you, and, didn't work out, I guess. Are you sure this book was your mother? I mean, how do you know it was her name?
I suppose it didn't have a last name or anything. It just said Felicity, but there's been a lot of really weird coincidences happening lately. Like weird visions and stuff. And I know that it's difficult with the law around visions and time magic and all that stuff. But I have been having weird dreams, and Mum was in one of them.
I always knew she'd pop back up like a bad baby.
Yeah. Do you have any idea, obviously, I don't expect you to, know exactly where she went off to or anything, but do you suspect anything about, why she left?
She just left. Look, alright, you're a big girl now, and I suppose you can take it. We had somewhat of a turbulent relationship, though I tried to keep it from you. She was very unhappy. She took a lot of substances that I didn't want it to affect you. I just wanted you to think, I was your dad, and she just, left one day, and I guess I just didn't want you to be mad at me, because she did want to speak to you on your birthday.
Okay.
And I told her no.
All right. Yeah.
I thought if she was just gonna be popping in and out of your life, it would do damage to you. You need stability.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Isadora, you don't know your mother's full name. You only know the name Felicity. I think, would it occur to her to ask that?
Yeah, I think so. If that's okay. I've only ever known her by her first name. What was her maiden name? Or did she take the name Ravenwood, or what happened with that?
It was Felicity Taylor. I didn't want you to get wrapped up in her drama. When I knew you were special, I thought what you need was something normal, stable in your life. And I'd hoped that she would put the work in to make that happen for you, but I don't think she was capable of it. And I know you must hate me, but...
No, I don't hate you. I don't hate you. You don't need to worry.
Especially when I knew you were heading to New Harbour, because that's where she used to live.
Okay. Right.
I'm sorry. I've been trying to keep it stable for you. Do you understand?
Yeah, I understand. It's a lot, but I definitely understand where you're coming from, and yeah, I was a kid. I probably wouldn't have been able to handle a whole lot of change and stress like that, so it's just hard finding it all out now later.
And I shouldn't have lied to you.
It's okay. Anyway,
I'm sorry. I'm just tired. I'm not.
Oh no, I was gonna ask. Yeah.
Recently, No, I'm alright. Look, don't you worry about that. I'll take care of myself. I'm just, a bit run down these days.
Has work been going okay?
Yeah.
Getting enough commissions and stuff?
Oh, as best as you can, but I'm getting on, and I can't always keep up. People want things, tailoring, and I started telling I should have retired years ago. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's not always as easy as that, particularly with what's going on with me.
Is there anything that you would like me to send you from the city? Any, like, potions or just, like, chocolates or something like that I can send you?
Oh, I wouldn't ask you for potions, but I like a good chocolate.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, if they got any of the fancy dwarven stuff.
Yeah, I think
You know what I mean?
I saw a nice dwarven confectioner down the street, so I'll definitely go and pick that up. Send it
I love
over.
that stuff. Can't get that around here.
Yeah.
Can't get that around
Yeah.
here. Only in cities. You know what I
Absolutely.
mean?
Yeah. And I shared my
Right, well-
I shared your hot chocolate recipe with my friend, and she thought it was really good.
Oh, I'm glad that you're meeting people, that you've got people in your
Yeah.
life now. That's
It's really
important.
nice.
How's your studies going? They going alright? You've been showing up to class on time and everything. Just like I always told you. The most important thing. Stand up
I think
on
at this
time.
point, is it like Isadora's been like holding back like the emotion this whole time, and at this point, it's just one like the final straw. And she just like a single tear just starts to roll down her face,
Oh.
and she's like,
Oh.
"Yeah, it's been difficult recently because I've been doing a lot of research on my own time, and you know how I get distracted and I get mixed up, but."
Right, yeah. Well, you know what I always say? It's like you can, you gotta show up on time, you gotta work hard, and you gotta produce something good. And as long as you're doing 2 of those 3 things, somebody will be
Yeah,
okay with
I'm
it.
definitely-
If you show up on time and you're working hard, they'll love you for it. And I'm glad to know that is what you're doing.
Thanks, Dad. Yeah, okay, I'll.
Yeah, I'm proud
Thank
of you,
you.
alright?
Yeah.
Now get along, I don't want you to miss your next class,
Okay,
okay?
thanks, Dad. I'll speak to you again soon, and I'll send more letters, and I'll send the chocolates. Okay. Cool.
I look forward to it.
Speak
okay.
later. Bye bye.
Have a good one, love.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You get a little ping up on your speaking stone as the call ends. And actually, Isadora, you see it's a message from Zachtog. Zachtog says, "Hey, I'm so sorry about everything that happened last night. I'd love the chance to make it up to you sometime soon. Would you be up for lunch or dinner, maybe tomorrow or tonight?"
Wow. So many things happening at once.
Yeah.
Isadora will reply and say, "No need to worry at all. It was great to spend time with you. Definitely up for dinner, maybe tomorrow. Things are a bit hectic, but I really want to meet up soon."
Okay. How are you feeling?
Just a lot of emotions happening in Isadora's brain at the moment. She can't quite sort them out into separate categories. They're just all happening.
They're all at once. That's fair. It's just oceans crashing in.
Like a tidal wave of blood, you might say.
A tidal wave of blood, you might
Tidal wave
say.
of blood, you might say.
Great. We're going to cut over to Torbrennan. It is still relatively early in the morning. And you have a look outside of Cleary's, and you see that the place is shut. But you can see that there is a waiter kind of working inside, kind of clearing things up, getting things ready for kind of the lunchtime service. What would you like to do?
I think I will walk over to the door and knock politely.
The waiter opens up the door. Yeah, right. Hello. Can I help you, Sir Dwarf? What you looking for?
Good day, sir. I've been summoned to this location by a rather prominent organized crime group known as the Rapscallions, and I would be very grateful if you could let me in.
Right. What's your name?
Torbrennan. I believe they're expecting me.
He kind of looks surprised for a moment. They're not expecting you till tonight. You coming in now?
A shame. I must have misread the note or whatever. I'm here now.
Right, all right. And he's gonna kind of tuck back into the restaurant, kind of closing the door and locking it for a second, and goes kind of into the back. You see kind of, as you peer through, him and another gnome are kind of gesturing at each other like, what the fuck is happening? And he goes in the back, and you see another gnome walk out, and this guy looks serious. He goes and sits down at a table inside the restaurant, and the first waiter comes out again and unlocks the door, comes out and says, "Sir, you may come in."
Thank you very much.
I do need you. Hang on. Before we get into this, I do need you to leave your fancy sword up at the entrance. All right.
But of course, what could I possibly need quite such a large sword for? And I make a show of unbuckling it from the belt, and I pop it against the wall.
Right. Can I get you any food? Any wine? It's early, but we can do wine.
No. Glass of wine sounds just delightful.
All right. Red or white?
Red, always.
Red. All right. We'll bring out a selection of everything you got. All right.
Bring out a bottle of the 42.
Yes, sir. Of course. Mr. Rapscallion. Mr. Rapscallion, may I present Torbrennan of what? Where are you from?
Who can say? Mr. Rapscallion, a pleasure to meet you, and I'll walk over and sit down.
All right. It's funny, I'm pretty sure I wrote clearly tonight.
Yes, this is, I'm sure an error on my part, and I must apologize.
Well, apology accepted. I like a polite man. You know, I understand you've been looking into my brother.
Your brother, sir?
Yeah, Leo.
Yes.
Sounds like he's gotten himself into some trouble.
Certainly does.
That has attracted your attention. And that attention has attracted my attention.
And round we go until
somebody brings us wine.
I'll just fold my hands.
See the waiter, we have the 42 here for you, sir. Would you like me to pour it, or?
I can pour my own wine.
Of course, sir. Of course.
Thank you. Unless the dwarf would like it poured for him.
Oh, no. I'm perfectly capable.
Sure, of course.
Got hands.
Have a nice meal. We'll get your food out right away. Of course.
Yeah. Step on that, all right?
He just scurries out.
I don't know. The place is empty. You'd have thought I could get some service, but there we are.
Can't get the starve, eh?
Goddamn restaurant. Look, I'm sure you got all sorts of ideas about me and about my family. You're new around here, right?
Oh, yes, very.
Yeah. Look, I gotta tell you, whatever Leo's got himself into, that has nothing to do with me, and that has nothing to do with my family. Do you understand?
Oh, certainly understood.
I'm glad to hear that.
In that case, you wouldn't mind directing me as to his whereabouts?
I don't know where he is. I was hoping that something would turn up at some point. You know, people looking into it, all that jazz, you know what I mean?
Well, as many of your family, I'm sure, are, Mr. Leo seems a private person, you know? So perhaps with a view to finding his location, you could give me some tips on places I might look to find him. Where did he frequent?
He was always trying to get some of my... I don't know how much you know about my family's business.
Whatever I do know, sir, I'm sure I would be further edified to hear it from your lips.
As you wish. What I know is that my brother got into an agreement with some people. I don't know who. Some trouble, perhaps. But trouble always rears its ugly head around here. Yes, I'm sure you found out.
Certainly.
He's always trying to get me to use some of my tech. His tech, sorry. He's always trying to get me to use some of his tech for the family business, and I don't know. All that stuff with magic, engineering, it's got no place here. It's here it's about knowing people, and knowing people who know people, and knowing who your friends are, and knowing how to keep them your friends. That sort of stuff, nothing to do with me. What I know is
this tech of your brother's kind of thing.
Oh, magic stuff, you know. He's always dealing some kind of magic business. Dark magic.
Do you ever see any of it?
Not that I'm not interested in taking a look at that stuff, all right? That is not what we meddle in here, okay? We meddle in a lot of stuff. I don't need to tell you that. I know how a young, enterprising dwarf like you, with a nose for justice, would see a family like mine. But I want you to know, this has nothing to do with us. I keep my nose out of that.
And for now, sir, I am satisfied with that response until I perhaps discover that it isn't the case, in which case I will get involved.
Well,
but you have my word. Until that time, I won't give you any trouble.
I hope that's the case, because I would hate for any trouble to befall you. Good man like yourself.
I don't know. Little trouble, good for the Constitution.
Yeah, you got it. Look,
I realize I've been asking the questions. You invited me here. How rude. What did you have to say?
I'm sure you think me and the Watch, we're on opposite sides, all right?
Well, in many ways, as far as my reading has gone, organized crime and policing are actually dramatically similar fields. But practically, I'm sure there are many differences.
I don't know about crime, and you would have a hard job proving it in court. But what I do know is that Detective Ironbone and I had an agreement. I want to make sure that whatever trouble my brother has gotten into, that he's all right. I want to make sure that he's found. The Watch and I, we're both working on this. All right? You understand?
Understood.
I thought that he would keep me informed. That was the purpose of this whole case. And yet, now I'm getting nothing. Honestly, I was more interested in getting some answers from you.
Well, whatever happened to your brother is entirely possible. The same thing has happened to Sergeant Ironbone.
Yeah, one would assume that for sure.
And we are looking into it. If you have information to share with me that might prove useful.
I tell you who I think you should be looking at. I love my brother, all right? But all this tinkering with magic, technology, he's too smart for his own good. You understand? He's got too big of a brain on too small a shoulders. Who you should be looking for is Langford. She's no good. You understand?
Langford as in my employer.
Uh-huh.
Cool.
Moira Langford, your employer. All right? She's got you running around. She's got your whole team, a little play soldiers, running about doing stuff for her. All right? And I know that what you care about is justice. So look into her. All right? Now, look, hey, I'm a shady fucking guy. I get that you wouldn't trust me. And that maybe I would just put forward the name of an opponent of mine. Get you to go after her. All right? About this.
I hadn't thought that, but that is a good idea.
Well, think about this. I don't know how much you know about politics, but the rich people, they don't run for politics. They pay politicians to run for them. This wealthy lady, she comes in, she's suddenly interested. Nah, I don't buy it. It's fishy what she's doing, because when you put your own neck on the line, you're liable to have it removed.
Removed by perhaps having a very large clock dropped on it? Perhaps a way that one might remove somebody's head?
Your guess is as good as mine. I mean, if we're talking literally, then that would probably not remove any heads in particular. But yeah, that. Metaphorically speaking.
Can you just roll me a quick wisdom check, Torbrennan? You can use a background for this.
13?
You see that he looks genuinely confused when you say
as you
drop
would,
a clock
really.
tower on him.
Okay, cool.
He genuinely does not understand why you would say that.
Like, why you dropping a clock tower on somebody would remove.
Look, it was kind of a
probably not just your head.
It was sort of a gambit, Mr.
Is that a figure of speech?
It isn't.
Is that a dwarven thing?
I was trying to do the sort of clever thing where the detective. Says the thing to the suspect who's done it, and he doesn't know that he did it, and they're like, haha, the clock. And
I've been trying to do the clever mob boss thing with all the clever wordplay and stuff like that. I'm just as confused as you are. You really throw me for a loop on this one.
Well, if anything, that's encouraging.
Yeah.
The clock. We recently had reason to be up in Deafening Door. Not too long before Miss Langford was scheduled to give a speech at its base, and beyond some rather tricky robotic magical men who popped out of a box to attack us, it was very odd. There was also some kind of magical explosive that winked out of existence once we'd made short work of those robots, a fragment of which contained your rather distinctive acorn symbol. So you see why I was trying to do the exploding clock, drop it on the...
Yeah, no, that makes sense. No, I get you.
Could your brother have been involved in this in some way?
That sounds like him. That sounds very much like him.
And
I thought he was missing this whole time. If he's doing stuff like that, then
perhaps have reason to attempt, well, let's call it murder on Miss Langford. I mean, you don't seem to like her much.
No, that's true.
She's leading a very hard charge against crime and criminal activity in the city. Her whole campaign is run on eradicating crime.
I don't know what he's gotten into. I don't know if it sounds like he's against Langford. I don't know if it's something maybe he's trying to do of his own accord, but this is not sanctioned by the family. You understand that?
I understand that you've told me that.
Right. Yeah. Okay. If you want leads, you find Searle. If he was smart, he'd stop running because we could make sure he's safe. But he's out and about, and we can't get him.
Any idea where your brother builds these things?
I know they work together to build all sorts of contraptions. I'll tell you that. Where that lab is, no idea. Your guess is as good as mine.
Can I make the roll now?
What role would you like to do?
How honest has this guy been with me?
Okay, I want you to roll. Yeah, roll me a wisdom check. Roll me a wisdom check.
That's a natural 20.
He has been genuinely nothing but honest with you. He genuinely believes everything he said. What he is attempting to do here is, divert attention away from him and his family. He's got self-interest here, but at no point did he lie in order to do that. He genuinely believes Langford is shady. He genuinely didn't know his brother was doing any of this stuff. He knew he was working with stuff. What he's trying to do is make sure that this investigation that's actually happening stays on track away from him, because it's very easy for investigations to come right towards that big gravitational pull that is the Rapscallion Crime Family.
Excellent. Well, that was very well played by James, because that's what I got. But I wanted to make it a functional role just in case.
No, absolutely. So, you have now gained an incredible amount of information. You know that Leo Rapscallion was a magical engineer working with a partner called Searle. You know that you found the Rapscallion symbol on an explosive that nearly blew up Deafening Door. And you found out that there was some sort of shady agreement between Leo and someone else. We know not who. We will find out more next time on Realms of Peril and Glory. Thank you. Goodbye.
The next episode is just me and Mr. Rapscallion just drinking wine for the whole episode.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
So, everyone, can you let me know where people can find you, starting with you, Pip?
Yes, simply look behind any good DM screen and you'll find me there. Or alternatively, I can be heard in various podcasts, including The Orphans, with Light Tragic, Wooden Overcoats, and The Wonderful Victoriosity, among others.
James, where are you found?
You can find me on Twitter at Barbarosaphone if you'd like. But you can also listen to The Orphans, which is, as Pip has already suggested, Zach and my other podcast. It's a sci-fi audio drama. It's a lot of fun. You should check it out. And I will be doing You Awaken in a Strange Place at Christmas, the Christmas special. This Christmas when, sort of Vael has run its course, because let's be honest, it's not been very good, has it? Running into the ground, really.
I'm sick of it.
So couldn't happen any sooner that my show replaces it. So check that out. Yeah, thanks.
Liz, where can people find you?
You can find me on Twitter at LizXCampbell. And in terms of podcasts, I also work on a show called Victoriosity, which is a comedy mystery detective series set in an alternate Victorian London.
Fantastic. Laura, where can people find you?
Same as always, you can find me on socials with the handle at @bylauragirling and on Etsy at bylauragirling.etsy.com.
Fantastic. Maddy, where are you?
I am on Twitter at Maddy_abstract. My pinned tweet is a link to my Podchaser profile with all the various things that I do, including my distinguished role as Cop 1 in the prologue of Primordial Deep, so enjoy that.
Incredible. I didn't know you were in Primordial Deep.
Yeah, I'm also Atalanta, the receptionist in the epilogues, so fun times.
Amazing. You can follow me personally on Twitter and Instagram at ZachFG. That's ZACKFG. And you can follow Realms of Peril and Glory at RealmsPod on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. You can head on over to patreon.com/lightandtragic, which is the absolute best way to support the show. You can get behind the scenes content, production updates, exclusive shows, exclusive games. There's going to be a lot of additional shows, GM's Guide to Vael, that sort of stuff. And of course, you can check out the link in the podcast description for our merch store, where there's a lot of really cool new Vael merch launching as the series progresses. Thank you very much, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Goodbye.
If anyone does want to get in contact with me, just text me. It's 0791 222. Cool. I look forward to hearing from you.